And welcome to the next part of the video. And let's not waste any time and let's get back onto it. So I will see you in a moment. I'm only 33 miles out from here, so we also need the ILS frequency. ILS frequency for runway 23, which is 109.7, 109.7. Now that we've
Hello again. This is your captain speaking. We've begun our descent. The stewardesses will be around to tidy up the cabin.
So now that we're doing our descent, I'll show you another one of these functions. Now, one of the other things I want to talk about before that is I often hear people say about the descent rate when they're descending or climbing. Why does the descent rate go past what they want? They want 500 feet a minute, and it goes down, then it goes up, and it goes down, then it goes up, and they end up chasing their trim or trying to get the descent rate that they want. Here comes some more turbulence, and the reason is that the aircraft has momentum, not just in terms of forward momentum, but it also has momentum in pitch. So when you push the nose down, it's going to oscillate for a while. It's going to porpoise for a while. So you don't just chase the trim. If you're trying to trim it for a particular descent rate, well, you don't actually just trim for descent rate. You trim for an airspeed, and you use power to get the descent rate. But that's why it moves about a lot, because you have to let it settle and then find out where it's going to settle and then make an adjustment. So at the moment it's still going down and I don't want it to, so
Boeing Echo Alpha Papa.
That's going to settle at about 1,000 feet a minute.
128.6.
And that's not what I want. 128.6. I only know that from experience with this plane. Approach.
Adelaide approach. Boeing Echo Alpha Papa with you. Boeing Echo Alpha Papa. Adelaide approach. Roger. QNH 1012.
We're going to do a procedure in a moment. Thank you. We're going to do a procedure right now. So this is an arrival procedure. Sorry, an approach procedure. So we press the procedure button. Select approach. You can't do this in the default GPS. ILS 23. Now we can either choose vectors, Modbury, which is an NDB, or Quarry, which is an intersection. But we're going to use Modbury. So if we pick Quarry, then you can see it's like this. This is the intersection point out here. That's the procedure will start. But we're not going to do that. We're going to go approach, ILS, and Modbury, and load it.
We are now on approach. At this stage, you should be in your seat with your seatbelt firmly fastened.
And no more smoking. And now you notice that
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has put the no smoking sign up, so please refrain from smoking while the no smoking sign is on.
I want to go below the green R. So you notice now that we've got Modbury in two places, so we've got to clean up the logic of our flight plan. So we press CLR, delete that, and delete Adelaide. We don't need that anymore. And now this is our active leg. But we're not going to be using that anyway. So We are just coming down to 3,000 feet. We'll stay at 3,000 feet. We'll just bring it up to 30 inches.
Adelaide approach. Roger.
Oops, not that much. We'll keep going down a little bit more.
Romeo. Turn left at heading 265. Proceed on course. Climb and maintain 6,000.
Descend.
Turn left to
Descent,
heading
hold on, and then get the plane set up for the
Climb and
landing.
maintain 6,000. Each November Alpha Romeo.
Altitude, hold on.
Okay. So we just want to get it slowed down enough so we can start getting flaps down.
Flaps 5 degrees.
Right, landing lights on. And extended. Oops, wait a minute.
Flaps 10 degrees.
Yeah, we'll just stay with 5 degrees first. We need to slow it down. When you get into the wide arc, you're going to go ATC. Cancel flight following.
Boeing Echo Alpha Papa. Cancel flight following. Boeing Echo Alpha Papa. Adelaide approach. Cancellation received. Squawk 1200. Frequency change approved.
And nearest airport is going to be Adelaide International. Twin Tower. That's full stop landing.
Adelaide Tower. Boeing Echo Alpha Papa is 23 miles
sure we're still
northeast
online
of X-ray
to,
land. Boeing Echo Alpha Papa.
which we are.
Adelaide Tower. Fly straight in. Runway 23. UNH 1012.
ILS has been activated.
Fly
It's
straight
active.
in. Runway 23. Boeing Echo Alpha
that.
Papa.
And then we've hit the white arc, so we can start bringing our flaps down.
Flaps 10 degrees. Flaps 15 degrees. Flaps 20 degrees. Flaps 25 degrees. Flaps 30 degrees. Flaps 35 degrees.
Flaps down.
Flaps down.
Okay, let's just make sure everything's set. No, it's not. Need these on. Okay, Rich. Should have done that when I started the descent. Think about that. Propeller needs to be set to 2550. We need to kill the autopilot.
Altitude hold off.
Just going to hold it at about 120. Yep, just going to hold it at about 120.
Setting into
And keep going for the Modbury NDB, because that's the final approach fix. The ILS passes directly over the top of the Modbury NDB. And we want to hold this altitude, then we're going to descend. Just want to be able to intercept the glide slope. Up, keep up the speed. Tuning for 110 knots, 120 at the moment. Quite happy with 120. Give it a climb. There we go. As soon as you pick up the ILS, we'll drop the gear down during the approach. That is on. Yes, yes, good. Thinking for a moment, have I muted the microphone and been yabbing away all this time? Ow. What pain in my head. Okay, you can see the rate of climb is just oscillating at the moment, which is normal. It will settle at around 0. And airspeed's good. Heading for, whoops, More power for the turbulence. Fight our way through the turbulence. So we're going directly to Modbury. This is these grey buildings up here, which is a shopping centre. Look at this turbulence, we've still got 1,500 feet a minute for us to do. Just going to keep this power on.
Boeing Echo Alpha Papa cleared to land, runway 23.
Yep, okay.
Cleared to land, runway 23. Boeing Echo Alpha Papa. Adelaide Tower, Viper Victor Hotel Echo Delta Foxtrot is 13 miles northeast inbound ILS. Runway 23 approach.
Turbulence is settled
Viper
down.
Victor
Still on
Hotel
track for
Echo
Modbury
Delta
NDB.
Foxtrot, Adelaide Tower. Make straight in, runway 23. UNH 1012. Fly straight in, runway 23, Viper Echo Delta Foxtrot.
Just about these grey buildings down here. Speed's good. Go for an airport just over there. This is all orbit scenery that you've been seeing during this. I forgot to mention that. Okay, so we've got the glide slope, so we're going to start pulling it down, bring back the power, and we're going to drop the gear. Nice 500 feet per minute descent. Slopes coming up. Increasing the descent rate for a moment, just to bring the glide slope back. Do it too much because of that porpoising. She will pendulum and let it run away from you. So this is not using any elevator. This is all just bank and just power. So you don't use elevator when you're landing. It's all done with you trim for your airspeed that you want, which is in this case it's 110 knots, and then you use just sheer power after that, just to either raise or lower your descent rate. So we're slightly left of the track, coming back down again, which is good. Glide slope's coming up.
Flight crew, prepare cabin for landing.
We'll be picking up the outer marker shortly. So, we're going through 1,300 feet. We need the radar, or the altimeter on at the moment. glide slope. Here it comes. 2 reds, 2 whites. All looking lovely. Go with the nose.
Turbo bleeders.
No longer watching the GPS, the ILS anymore, because coming down towards our minimums, about 500 feet each time. So, don't want to get low.
500 feet. Piper Echo Delta Foxtrot cleared to land. Runway 23, followed Boeing Stratocruiser on final. Cleared to land. Runway 23, Piper Echo Delta Foxtrot.
Just going to fly it straight down.
300 feet.
That's minimums. If we didn't have visual by this stage, we'd have to go around. And a little bit to the right, a little bit to the left.
100 feet.
To the right.
$50, $30, $20, $10.
Second cowl flaps.
Yeah, brakes.
Very nice, Captain.
1, 2. Reverse thrust.
Boeing Echo Alpha Papa, turn next taxiway.
Okie dokie. And that was a very nice landing.
Captain, flat.
I know that. Can't get any power.
This is the captain. We're now taxiing
Oh, I
back
know
to the
why.
terminal. Please remain in your seats with your seatbelts fastened until the aircraft comes to a complete stop. As the captain, I want to say that it was a pleasure to have you with us. We hope to see you again soon.
Boeing Echo Alpha Papa, turn next taxiway. Flaps 35 degrees.
Got stuck on reverse thrust for a moment.
Flaps 30 degrees. Flaps 25 degrees.
Yeah, we're just going to taxi back now.
Boeing Echo Alpha Papa, turn next taxiway. Boeing 20 Echo degrees. Alpha Papa, contact ground on 121.7. Going to 121.7. Boeing Echo Alpha Papa. Adelaide ground. Boeing Echo Alpha Papa. Request taxi to the gate. Boeing Echo Alpha Papa. Taxi to gate Golf 7. Using taxiway Echo 2 Alpha 5 Alpha 6 Bravo 2. Taxiing to gate Golf 7. Using taxiway Echo 2 Alpha 5 Alpha 6 Bravo 2. Boeing Echo
Echo
Alpha
2,
Papa.
Alpha 5, Alpha 6, Bravo 2. Okay, just get those flaps coming up.
Flaps 15 degrees.
Let's check the runway.
Flaps 5 degrees.
All is good, it's a bit fast. There's Alpha 5. Brake. why those taxi lines are blinking. Every airport I go to, it's the same thing. It's like Z fighting. I don't know why. It's almost like there's two taxiways there. And I haven't edited this airport. Nice bunch of flaps.
Flaps up.
Landing lights up. Strobe lights off. Old and new, I think, looks good. And park next to that jet over there. So this is Bravo 2, which is the taxiway we're supposed to take.
Adelaide, Round, Viper, Victor, Hotel, Echo, Delta, Foxtrot, taxi to parking. Viper, Victor, Hotel, Echo, Delta, Foxtrot, taxi to General Aviation parking. Via taxiway Alpha 5, Alpha 4, Alpha 2. Taxiing to General Aviation parking. Via taxiway Alpha 5, Alpha 4, Alpha 2. Viper, Echo, Delta, Foxtrot.
Not easy in this plane when you can't see the crossbar. More power. I think this one should be nice, not this one here, but this next one. Brake. Crossbar. And a nice gentle spot right about. There, should do it. Brake on. There's. And seatbelts.
The captain has turned off the seatbelt sign, which means you can leave your seat now if you wish.
Okay. Engine 1.
Setting into course.
This is the right way to shut a plane down. Please don't turn the ignitions off, because what you do is you leave fuel in the engine, and in an A2A plane that will just cause sludge and foul plugs later on, particularly in cold climates. using the mixture cutoff valve, the engine dies because it burns all the remaining fuel.
Setting cowl flaps.
Shutting systems down.
Magnetos off. Let's that one. This one. Instrument panel. Payload manager. You may now unload. Now the engines are shut down. I'll turn the master ignition off.
Okay, Captain. It's unloading now.
Okay, good day. Goes back to nav for the next time.
Setting intercoolers.
1200. And the beacon can go off. Use instrument panel drop stack. Yeah, you should get if you're suspended. If you use the GPS, the default GPS at all, then you really need to buy this. It costs about $39 from Reality XP. It's well worth the money. You'll never regret it. It's just a great piece of kit. And
APU on.
the only aircraft I know that has this equipped on the panel is the Real Air Lancia Legacy, and that's actually equipped on panel. But we're going to shut this down now because we don't need it anymore. That'll allow me to turn the avionics off. Oh, that's good. It's not going to crash. Open up the windows a bit. It's a warm day out there. And shut the plane down. So it's going to unload the passengers. And the reason that I haven't ended the video yet is because I want to wait and see what my dollars per mile is. The last one was about $1.25, I think it is. So I'd be interested to see what this one is. So now we're just unloading. Now, I don't bother changing these until I start up the next time I fly. It's just a good thing to do. You can service them then. There we got Mrs. Smith there, and Mr. Rowland's there, and who we got there? £170, £510. Woo-wee. £340. Obviously that's three or four people. So this is just such a beautiful aircraft. If you've never looked at or don't have any A2A planes, and you really should do it. You will never regret it, and you have to have the AccuSim as well. Buying an A2A aircraft and not buying AccuSim is like jumping in a rowboat to learn how to row and you don't have any oars. You'll get an idea of what it's like, but you really won't understand anything about what it's like to row a boat. You have to have both. It's a small price for the AccuSim part of it, and it's well worth it. You will get hours of pleasure, I mean years of pleasure out of the AccuSim planes, because every time you fly them they are different. Now they seem a bit intimidating, they do, but they're not really. If I was going to buy one just to
See ya.
For the first plane, I would buy either this one or the B-17, and the reason is because they have an engineer to help you set all of this stuff up, so you don't have to worry about it. So whereas things like the Spitfire, well, the Spitfire I see 6 times the first few times I flew it. So that's it. They're all empty. They're gone now. So let's just get all of this shut down. That's right. Let's just push. Oops, wait a minute. Push that forward. Pull that up. Pull that back. And get in the back and shut things down because he didn't. Power flaps. Battery's still on. Oh, I see why, yes. He's still looking after it. No, I don't want carpet here. I want to close the power flaps. And I want to close the intercooler flaps. I want to shut off the APU. That's right. And turn all the fuel valves off and the boost pumps. Other way. Off. Off. And everything else is off. Except for the ground blower. And the cooling system. And the master. And the battery. Okay, so let's find out the interesting thing, which is dollars per mile. $1.25 per mile. That's very nice. I'm very happy with that. What did the passengers say? Wow, those dressing rooms were amazing. Wow, those dressing rooms were amazing. Okay, I'm just going to use the mini control panel to shut the windows. And the tail. That's it. Cold and dark. And that's it. We're out of here. So I hope you've enjoyed the video. I'm hoping that the volume's okay. And you've heard me once. I've already done this once before, but the volume was terrible. So I hope you liked it all and found it enjoyable, and maybe you learned something, or you learned of something that you might be able to make use of. So I will see you next time. Have fun. Bye.